welcome back to my channel. I've already set March up and I'll show you at the end what that looks like, but right now I'm going to fill out all of my monthly spreads, and I need to do my last spread for February, my Lord of Shadows spread, so I'm going to do that with you. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so first up, I need to add Lord of Shadows to my, and Invisible Women to my yearly reading spread. So I think I'm gonna go across the top instead of jumping down here. I had to read Invisible Women for one of my classes. It's a nonfiction, but we're counting it because I did read it. It's about data bias and the gender data gap. And then I finished Lord of Shadows last night. There is a reading vlog coming for that, but it'll be after this video. So I'll just say it left me wrecked. So I added those two to this spread. And then I don't have anything for my 24 and 2024, but I do need to mark off some of my bingo. I started but never finished with Lady Midnight because I started it a while ago and then I never finished it. I got like a chapter in. Like I started like 2 years ago. Let's see. Fiction or genre you don't usually read. That's the other one. Because I read Invisible Women. I'm so close. I just need a banned book and I would have a bingo up here. So there's that filled in. Again, my printer is still out of ink, so I still don't have anything to put for my 5-star reads, unfortunately. Also, I apologize that this is so dark. It's stormy outside, and normally the natural light is what gives me light, but there's not any. Okay, we need to fill in favorite book for February. I'm gonna go with Lord of Shadows. And then I'll go ahead and fill out my favorite out of these two because it is House of Flame and Shadow, obviously. So that's where we're at on my 2024 book bracket. I'll be interested to see how the rest of the year plays out. I haven't bought any more of my anticipated releases. Yes, I'm using 2 different color blues. Ignore me. So we'll mark that. I'm now 2 of 3. I'm doing so great. I need to mark Lord of Shadows on my backlist, so I gave it 4 stars. And I finished it yesterday, so on the 29th. And then I just like to also highlight it. It's just wild to me that it has taken me so long to get this far into Cassandra Clare, because I've used this exact same Cassandra Clare backlist for like the past 3 reading journals and I haven't marked anything off. So I'm finally getting somewhere, which I'm very excited about. Nothing else on here to mark off. Then I need to mark Lord of Shadows off of my physical TBR. It's back here somewhere. So that's 2 of my original physical TBR at the start of 2023, because I keep reading books that are library books. And then I think this is the last spread to fill out for this month, other than my Lord of Shadows spread. So this is just where I keep my yearly stats all in one place. So I need to add up my pages. That's why I always write my page numbers here, because it's easy for me to just go back and add them all up. Okay, so that's how many pages I have read this month. I read so many more in January, but I also was rereading Throne of Glass, and those are all chunky books and I read them really quickly. So I only read 5 books in February. I don't think I gave any of them 5 stars. I had 0 5 stars, 0 ebooks, all 5 of them were physical. 0 audiobooks. I am listening to audiobooks, I just haven't finished them yet. One of them was oh no, 2 of them were library books. Oopsies, let's turn that one into a 2. Beautiful. How many were in a series? Technically this is the first in the series, but I'm not going to count it because there's not an active series. So 1, 2, standalones, 1, 2. I'm just going to leave Hurricane Wars out. I won't be reading the rest of Hurricane Wars probably. And I had 0 arcs. So that's my yearly stats filled in. We're going to skip past January into February. If you remember, my February spread was Invisible String. So, let me make sure. Yeah, this is filled out. I just need to add my genre and my favorites. But I need to do my Lord of Shadows spread. So, and I still have a whole page. Normally I put 2 on a page. So we'll have to figure out what to do with the extra blank space as well. Okay, so I just start with the title and the stars, and I also like to go over the stars with black pen. I don't know why, that's just what I've been doing this month, so I'm trying to keep it all the same. And then I add that it's a fantasy, and then that it's a physical copy. If it's a library book or an audiobook, I would do that. For a library book, I still put physical copy, but then I also put /library like I did down here. And then I'm going to copy what I did with Lady Midnight and put that it's a Shadowhunters novel. Made a little mark. Okay, and then we'll make a little spot for how many pages it is. Okay, so it was 699 pages. Okay, I think I'm gonna also add quotes to this. I don't always add quotes, like this is my plain one. But sometimes I add quotes just to take up a little bit more space so I don't have to figure out as much what to do with the bottom. But first we'll make my little box for my thoughts. I think I'm gonna put it down here this time. Blank for now just because I don't want to put like any spoilers if you like can read it, but I'll just do heart bullet points with some of my thoughts about Lord of Shadows. So we're gonna leave this blank just for the sake of the video so I don't spoil anyone, and I'm gonna go ahead and add some quote boxes. And I always add little quotation marks at the beginning and the ending of a box. So this one is just the bad things can't matter more than the good things. Okay, this one says, break my heart. He said, break it in pieces. I give you my permission. Trauma. So much trauma from this book. And then this one says, there's never going to be anyone else for me. That's just how it is. Ugh. So that's Lord of Shadows, but now I still have this whole blank space that I need to figure out what to do with. So yeah, let's figure that one out. I think I'm just going to put a mix of random things from all of the books I've read down here. So first I'm going to put some people that I love, characters. Okay, so first I just put a little low X misery for Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I really enjoyed this book. I thought it was so fun, so I thought I would put their little ship there. And then I decided to write recap in the middle just so that I knew that this was just a little bit of a recap of all of my monthly reads, things I loved, that sort of thing. And then keeping on, I decided to write out some names, so I put the Blackthorns. Love this family. Very stressed out to see how the rest of the series goes with them. I just want everyone to be okay at this point. And then the Carstairs as well, because we have Emma, but we also see Jim in this book as well. It's not really a spoiler. It happens pretty early on. And so there's both of them, because they're in both Lady Midnight and Lord of Shadows, obviously, and I'm recapping everything I read. Then I decided to just put some bullet points, that this was like a vampire werewolf romance, and that it was an Allie Hazelwood book, because I will read anything Allie Hazelwood writes. I love that woman. She's literally the best. And then Hurricane Wars equals Reylo, because apparently it was a Reylo fan fiction. I didn't know that. These white marker pens are like the worst. You have to go so light and go over it multiple times to even see it. So I hate them, but yeah. And then I put Cortana, Emma, Jim, some things related to the Carstairs, and then I put all the Blackthorns names, so Mark, Julian, Ty, Drew, and Livy. Ignore my dogs barking in the background, sorry. And then I went in and added something from Imaginary Invisible Women. I just put a little comment about how women basically should not be left out of the data. They need to be included, because when they are left out of the data, there are consequences for that, and it causes negativity for women. So I just put a little thing about them being included in the data and wrote that it was from Invisible Women. That's the nonfiction I had to read for school. And then at the very top, I decided to just write out that basically everything that I loved this month was just fantasy and romance. Those were the two main genres I read. These are the two main genres I always read, though. Okay, so that's just a little teeny tiny recap. Here is my March spreads. So on this side, as usual, I went with a computer theme, and I did get this from Pinterest. I just changed a couple of things. So this is not my original idea. Here's my YouTube calendar, as always, and then I've used like a little file folder thing to say socials, and then we have Instagram and TikTok ideas. I got rid of this ideas list because I wasn't using it. I love how this turned out. I think it's really cute. And then on this side, we have a box that says New Month JPEG, Hello March, books, are you ready to start, yes or no, new reads loading, and then I have a playlist, and it's Power Over Me, because that is the ultimate book song for me. So that's how this is looking. And then I just have my stats page. I need to find things to write in these, but right now they're just blank. I have my TBR, which I'm about to fill out, and then this month for genre, instead of pasting it in, since I don't have a printer going, and the last 2 months I set it up thinking I would be able to paste them, I'm going to do pixels to go on theme. This is a spot for my favorite book. Days Read, I again just color them in, and then I like to put the books that I read at the bottom with their star ratings, and so that's the space for that. But my TBR for March is Into the Dark, because that is the book I'm starting today. Queen of Air and Darkness, because I need to, that's not going to fit. We'll just do a little dot, because that's the next one in the Shadowhunters series, which I'm really excited about. We're going to put Before We Were Innocent. Because I've been wanting to read this as well, and it's new-ish. Let's go with the Atlas Complex, or is that what it's called? Yeah, because I need to be done with that series. We'll do Addicted to You for another romance. I've been doing a lot of fantasy. And obviously I never finish these. This is just an idea list for me to pull from, because I never end up actually reading all these books. We'll put Wolf and the Woodsman again, because hopefully eventually I will. Okay, I'm putting Ruthless Boys number 5, because that's the last one I need to read in that series. And then for the last one, I'm going to put Dream Thieves again, just because I did start it last month but didn't finish it, and so maybe this month I'll finish it. So that is my March spreads. I think they're super cute. I'm very obsessed. And with that, I will see you in the next one. Bye.